Just had a rather interesting decision around this getting organized stuff. So let me set up the scenario that just got me here. I've got 500 pounds of wheat bran in the back of my truck, and I need it to go right here. So with the recent organizing, I've got all this stuff moved over this way, and so I don't have space right now, and I don't want to move all that stuff again. I need the room over there to continue organizing. So that wheat bran is going to go right here. And so I'm going to grab a pallet and put it down and put the wheat bran there. And what that's effectively going to do is block this walkway, right? And so I thought, well, yeah, sure. I'll just, when I'm done with that, with the wheat bran, I'll clean this out of the way. Get this stuff organized and sorted and gone, because it doesn't need to be here. And then I stopped on my way to get the pallet. And I thought, instead of putting that work after the work I have to do, what if I did this now, got it done, and then did that? Because I'm less likely to push that off. No, I'm less likely to push the wheat bran off, because I got to get that out of my truck, than I am to, like, I'm going to get done with the bran, I'm going to look at that and say, nah, and I'll talk myself out of it. This getting organized thing is interesting. My brain, as I look at all this stuff, it feels like a giant mountain, which sounds silly. In the grand scheme of things in life, like, this is nothing, right? But I've built it into this thing where it's like, it's too big of a project to even start. So that's why I started chunking it and just saying, I'm going to do 15 minutes a day. And usually what's happening is, except on the days where I'm absolutely exhausted or too busy, which has only been like 2 or 3 out of the last, what, 9 we've been doing this, what I find is that I'll continue doing it once I get started. Like with the powderizer yesterday. Once I started cleaning that thing, I saw all of the dust around it on the floor, and so I got the vacuum, came over and vacuumed, and that led me to vacuum over this way and get everything straightened up over here, up to the fridge. And so once you get that rolling, at least for me, what I'm seeing is, once I start that thing, I'll go. And it reminds me of a book, Habits, something about habits. Oh man, it'll come to me here. But there was a story in there. One of the tricks that they talked about was, if you want to, like, if you're trying to start a workout regimen, don't plan this whole big schedule of stuff and what days you're going to go and how many hours and blah blah blah. Plan for, put on your workout shoes and your clothes, and then if you do 5 minutes, great. If you do 20 minutes, great. But do that first step. Build that habit first of putting that stuff on. And what they found is that you're more likely to do that thing because you've done the first step. It just gets you going. Man, I wish I could remember that book. As soon as I stop recording, I'm going to remember. So then, that's what I've been trying to employ here is, I don't want to clean this stuff up. It's not something I enjoy doing. I like the end result, but not the process of doing it. And so I've just been tricking myself with, I'll do 15 minutes, and then I keep going. And so far that's worked. But this is interesting. This idea of, I know I'm going to need to take care of that. We'll do that first, and don't talk myself out of doing it later. So that's the goal. For today, getting organized day 10, I'm going to get this stuff organized so that I have an open walkway here. And it shouldn't take me that long. And then when I put that bran over here, I'm not building a barrier that's going to mentally tax me every time I come over here and can't walk out this way. So let's get it done. Yeah, tired and sweaty. I don't want to stop. But I still have to get the wheat bran out of my truck because I don't want to cart that around anymore. Gas is just getting more and more expensive. So I'm going to get the pallet, get it over here. What I'd really like to do is just stop and get wheels. I've got wheels, but I need to grind them. They're welded to some metal. I need to grind them off. And I've already been back there and looked at it, and I stopped myself and said, no, just get it in here. Save that project for another day because this has to get done now. And I feel good about getting this cleaned up. I got more than my 15 minutes done today from an organization perspective. And so now I'm going to continue sweating by getting a pallet, bringing it in here, and getting the wheat bran on the pallet. So let's get that done. And boom, we're done. Everyone, please give a round of applause for my helper. These friendly wires. Thank you for holding my camera. I found one bag with a hole in it. That's why this one's standing up. This guy right here. That's just so it doesn't get bran everywhere. But yeah, got that squared away. Still an opening there to walk through. And we're set. So are we on day 9? Day 10? I'll figure that out before I post this, but done for today with organizing. My next task, I want to get done out here before I get in harvesting. I had talked about listing the powderizer, and what I'm realizing is the grinder is a higher value item. I really only need one of these. I do need to be able to take split peas and grind them up to make split pea flour to deal with grain mites. And so I still need to have one of these machines, but this big grinder here, this guy, is worth 3 to 4 times more than this guy. And that guy, brand new, is $1,700 right now. So I don't know, maybe $1,000. And this guy is $5,500 brand new. So I'm going to get him cleaned up, or her, get this cleaned up, because it's dusty. I've been using it to grind up. I did some test batches of different substrates a long time ago, just playing, but lately I just use it for split peas, and I need to make sure that this will grind it up. I'm confident it will, but I'll test it just to make sure, and then I'm going to be in the farm harvesting. Happy Friday.